Good morning, students. We'll start today with the role of nutraceuticals in cardiovascular disease. Actually, we have discussed the previous one about the diabetic and other diseases, and this is an important topic. Specifically, I have given some importance for the cardiovascular diseases specifically. It's very common nowadays, and how it has been becoming a threat for the people. So nutraceuticals can give more support and more effective for our common use, especially. So even we can advise our family members, and also we can advise the patients we come across for taking some counseling from us. So when we see here, the first one is regarding nutraceuticals triple-play in cardiovascular disease. What is this triple-play? That means you can explain even about, they may ask sometimes 5-mark questions, sometimes they may asking even essay question also they can ask nutraceuticals. So you can explain detail about, not only giving an example, and even you can write about what is the importance of various mechanism of action can also be explained with them. So when you see preventing from happening, that means averting means prevent from happen. So prevention is better than cure. So vascular disease is now a central calling for the nutraceutical industry. This is because the mechanism of vascular damage have increasingly indicated a major culprit, a lack of nutrition hygiene. This is what the researchers have identified, and so the lack of nutrition makes the issue of various cardiovascular disease. So there are 3 strategies nutraceutical can offer to prevent the reverse vascular diseases. That's what we are first going to see. What are the 3 triple play? What are the 3 strategies which can help us to overcome these type of cardiovascular diseases? And we can see the first is to reduce circulating level of low density lipoprotein cholesterol. Low density lipoprotein cholesterol by forming micelle with bile salts, as it contains cholesterol. You see the picture in which it is denoted that finely emulsified fat bile salt and it forms a fatty acid cholesterol monoglyceride combinations. You can see how the salts, how it forms a measle. So this is the first is to reduce the circulating level of low density lipoprotein cholesterol can be done. And the second strategy is to reduce the possibility of oxidation by neutralizing radical with antioxidants, which can give one electron, we can see, so that neutralizing the radicals with antioxidants. So antioxidants are mostly present in natural sources, which was more supportive for this second strategy of preventing from cardiovascular diseases by nutraceuticals. So what is an antioxidant now? The next question, what is an antioxidant? How it can neutralize the radical by donating one electron? This is the question now. So an antioxidant is any substance that has the ability to give up, as I told, to give up an electron to a free radical and balance out the unpaired electron which neutralizes the free radicals, thereby inhibiting the oxidation of another molecule without becoming free radical themselves. See the picture? An antioxidants can donate one electron to a free radical and makes another molecule without becoming free radical themselves. So that's why they are called as antioxidants. So the third one, what about the third one? We are triple strategies which we are using our nutraceuticals to prevent cardiovascular diseases. That's what I'm discussing today. The third is to reduce artery plaque block or artery in congestions through fibrolytic activity. A fibrin clot is broken down, a product of coagulation that we know in clotting mechanism, which we might have come across. Enzyme plasmin cuts the fibrin mesh at various places, leading to production of fragments. So what happened? That are cleared by kidney and liver. So smooth running. You can see that plaque which is formed, the clot. So the enzyme plasmin cuts the fibrin mesh which is formed at various various places leading to production of fragments and are cleared by kidney and liver. So these three strategies are mainly important for any type of cardiovascular diseases, for various circulatory issues which brings with starting from hypertension, atherosclerosis which causes angio. So there are various cardiovascular diseases which can be solved, which can be reduced, or which can be prevented by means of these three strategies. So students have to just think about these three strategies just now what we have discussed. First one is by means of reduce circulating level, by means of forming measles with bile salts. Second one, by means of antioxidant effect, by means of neutralizing the radical with antioxidants. Third one, by means of reducing the artery plaque through fibrinolytic activity, by means of the enzyme plasmin, cuts the fibrin mesh as at various places leading to production of fragments that are cleared by kidney and the liver. So these three strategies are important for us to know. Now we will go to the nutraceuticals examples we have to explain, because when we talk about nutraceuticals we have to give some examples and how they act and how they are doing their preventing the cardiovascular diseases. So nutraceuticals plays role in vascular disease, talking about plant sterols, stanols, phenols and flavones. Plant derived sterols and stanols compete with cholesterol to form measles with bile salts. The first strategy. This reduces cholesterol's absorption into the bloodstream. All plant contain sterols such as stigmosterol, beta-cetosterol and camphosterol. Significant amount appears in vegetables, nuts and seeds. Significant stanol content is found in avocados. Avocado, you might have seen a fruit, avocado, green color, sometimes it is slightly purple also. Inside it will be smooth avocado fruit, which is very good for, it's having very pulpy. There will be a seed inside and it will be pulpy. It is mostly grown in high range areas. Pumpkin seeds, cashews, rice bran, and others. Plants flavored for sterol and stanol, not flavored, favored. What I am saying is not flavored, favored. Plants favored for sterol and stanol extraction include corn, soya beans, and wheat. Very common use grains. A unique commercial form of sterols is microphyte. So what is this microphyte? It is an unique name. Microphyte, a unique commercial form of sterol is microphyte. Microphyte is produced by a patent milling technology called Verolex milling, small Verolex carving, milling machine, small, minute. How your novel drug delivery systems and all you might have studied in your formulative. So like that, vortex milling allowing us to produce a small phytosterol particles with higher dispersibility in liquids and spreads. This said by David Fondorts, a vice president at Extract Ingredients Limited, Union NJ, producer of microphyte. So microphyte was invented and also has been made as an important phytosterols which can prevent cardiovascular diseases as a nutraceutical have been introduced by David Fondorts. Phenols have been shown to reduce cholesterol level and low density lipoprotein oxidation. How? As we have told, antioxidant effect. Green tea, you might have heard about green tea. Camellia sinensis, polyphenolic catechin, polyphenolic catechin which is present in the green tea is having more value. It is an antioxidant, reduces the cardiovascular disease by enhancing antioxidant activity by improving endothelial dysfunction. Endothelial dysfunction. What is endothelial dysfunction? I have explained that also. Very, very interesting if you know that how these nutraceuticals are acting towards cardiovascular diseases. Preventing cardiac hypertrophy and protects mitochondria. Prevents cardiac hypertrophy and protects mitochondria. Oxyphyte is nowadays available product of polyphenolic extract of green tea, apple, pomegranate and red grapes. Oxyphyte is available in the form of vial and also in the form of infusions. So they are polyphenolic extracts of green tea, apple, pomegranate and red grapes. See this, I want to give you an explanation about the endothelial dysfunction. The green tea can give a endothelial dysfunction. The picture shows how this endothelial dysfunction, what all the things it can prevent. Just to see stroke, dementia, memory loss, vision loss, sleep apnea, hypertension, Raynaud's disease, heart attack, heart failure, angina, erectile dysfunction, peripheral arterial disease, pregnancy pre-eclampsia monitoring, renal failure, diabetes. All these type of complications can be prevented by means of endothelial dysfunction. So the green tea have the first effect is endothelial dysfunction by acting as an antioxidant. The catechin which is present in that product, can you follow? Reduces the cardiovascular disease by enhancing antioxidant activity by improving endothelial dysfunction. So endothelial dysfunction, if is improved by means of the antioxidant effect of nutraceuticals such as green tea, catechins, can prevent cardiovascular disease. What is very low density lipoprotein cholesterol? Can it be harmful? Just for your understanding, I took this slide to give you some details. VLDL, very low density lipoprotein cholesterol, is produced in the liver and released into bloodstream by supply body tissues with a type of fat, triglycerides. There are several types of cholesterol, each made up of lipoproteins and fats. Each type of lipoprotein contains a mixture of cholesterol, protein and triglycerides, but in varying amounts. About half of a very low density lipoprotein particle is made up of triglycerides, where high level of very low density lipoprotein cholesterol have been associated with the development of plaque deposits on artery walls, which narrow the passage and restrict the blood flow. Narrow the passage and restrict the blood flow. There is No simple direct way to measure very low density lipoprotein cholesterol, which is why it's normally not mentioned during a routine cholesterol screening in a laboratory. Very low density lipoprotein cholesterol is usually estimated as a percentage of your triglyceride value. An elevated very low density lipoprotein cholesterol level is more than 30 milligrams per deciliters or 0.77 millimole per liter. The best way of lower your very low density lipoprotein cholesterol is to lower your triglycerides. Losing weight and exercising regularly are key, and you might also want to avoid sugary food and alcohol in particular. Medication also can give some help, but exercising, avoiding sugary food and alcohol are the key things which can help you to reduce VLDL. So here this picture, just to make you to understand and to write in the examination also, how the catechin present in the tea can help and can work in cardiovascular system or cardiovascular diseases as a nutraceutical. Tea and its catechin, you see the first arrow, it's suppressing ROS, reactive oxygen species, stimulate nitric oxide synthetase. So it's acting as an antioxidant and improving, enhancing, improving endothelial dysfunction. We have talked about endothelial dysfunction. Once endothelial dysfunction is increased, you will have a smooth flow of the blood. You will have a smooth, there will not be any type of congestions. And next step decreases, even it decreases angiotensin by inhibiting angiotensin converting enzyme, so that suppressing the hypertension. This is one channel. Second channel, you see, protect mitochondria from damage and improving, and it is, what is it? It's improving cardiac hypertrophy, and suppressing hypertension. And even the third channel, suppress directly hyperglycemia, suppressing hyperglycemia. So on the whole, you can see how a catechin present in the tea having a mechanism of action to use as a nutraceutical in prevention of cardiovascular disease. And you can see the constituents present also in this slide. Chemical composition of various tea in milligram per grams I have given here. If you see the total catechin present in green tea 150 to 200, in black tea 40 to 60, caffeine 20 to 60 in green tea, in black tea 20 to 60. Theanine is 8 to 20 in green tea and black tea it is 5 to 10. Theaflavin is not present in green tea, 5 to 20 in black tea, and thiarobigin is present 60 to 180 milligrams in black tea. So now we are talking about super fibers, how they can help in cardiovascular diseases. Super fibers. Dietary fibers found in plant foods like fruits, vegetables and whole grains, and is essential to maintain healthy digestive system. Two types of fibers, that is soluble fibers, gum and pectin, which can dissolve in water, which helps to lower blood fat and maintain blood sugar. Example, beans, fruit such as strawberry, banana and oats product, barley and insoluble fibers can't dissolve in water, so directly passes through the digestive tract and helps to trap cholesterol, toxins, etc. that are then expelled through feces. Example, cellulose, hemicellulose in bran, leafy vegetables. So leafy vegetables, cellulose, hemicellulose, bran, these all are very interesting, important for as a nutraceuticals, as a dietary fiber found plant foods, which is more useful for preventing cardiovascular diseases. Fats for vascular health. We want to talk about omega-3 oil. Omega-3, how it is a nutraceutical, very important how it works in cardiovascular diseases. The cardiovascular benefit of omega-3 oil are no secret. It has proved. The source you can see, marine plants, algal sources such as alpha linoleic acid ALA, eicosapentaenoic acid EPA, docosahexaenoic acid DHA, the vegetable oils such as soya bean, sunflower and nuts like peanuts and almonds. Omega-3 consumption appears to reduce the risk of low density lipoprotein concentration oxidation by reducing diacylglycerol acyl transferase DGA activity in the liver. So omega-3 consumption appears to reduce the risk of low density lipoprotein oxidation by reducing diacylglycerol acyl transferase activity in the liver. This is the point which you should remember, the action of omega-3. Diets high in saturated fats, trans fat and fried foods tends to increase very low density lipoprotein concentration and low density lipoprotein concentration levels. They increase. So this is not necessarily applicable to dairy products. However, dairy is high in conjugated linoleic acid, conjugated CLA, conjugated linoleic acid, as it significantly lowered very low density lipoprotein and triglycerides. Furthermore, dietary tripeptides such as valine, proline and isoleucine proline peptide, and we are talking about the amino acids from cultured dietary product, have been shown to have vascular healthy. So that is also we can have a common idea about where is, and vascular healthy can be obtained from dietary tripeptides. Dietary tripeptides. So such as you can have an example, dietary tripeptides like valine, proline, VPP, and isoleucine, proline. These dietary tripeptides, the valine, proline, and isoleucine, proline can be have shown a vascular healthy products from the dietary. That is why we said dietary cannot be included when we talk about fried foods, trans fats, saturated fats diets. So that's why we said dietary is exceptional. You see this picture just to give you omega-3 fatty acids. Omega-3 fatty acids, how they act, you see, lipids. It acts in lipids, it acts in vessels, it acts in platelets. It acts in lipids, triglycerides, and remnant lipoproteins is decreased, so that plaque stabilization, stabilization, plaque stabilization. How? The lipids, action on the lipids in liver, triglycerides, lowers triglycerides, lowers the remnant lipoproteins, and plaque stabilization takes place, and which can be used for cardiovascular protection, which can even reduce arrhythmias, which can even increases mitochondrial function, which can help for antioxidant effect, which can even prevent cardiovascular diseases. In vessels, decreases inflammation. Omega-3 fatty acids increases endothelial function. Endothelial function, it is increased. Vasodilation, widening the blood vessels so that flow is smoothened. So there also you can have plaque stabilization. You see, in platelets, RBC and platelet aggregation is reduced, blood rheology is increased, the flow properties of the liquidity is increased, rheology is increased, so that cardiovascular protection can be obtained. So this is what about the omega-3 fatty acids which we just now talked about, the nutraceutical isolated from vegetables and cereal products, which are having more value in palm oil and almond oil, where omega-3 fatty acids are very interesting effects towards the cardiovascular disease prevention. And when next class we will continue with this tocotrienols, because I'm not up to yesterday I was not that much good with my throat. So today I started my class. I will just continue this in tomorrow. The same nutraceuticals will continue in the next class. Thank you.